Hey everybody, I wanted to give you a quick little update slash keep you going in the class. I think for the most part, everybody got in and did the introduction that was required, the first step of the class, the introduction assignment. I'll be posting those grades up pretty soon. We had a few people that joined a little toward the end of the late enrollment period, so no worries there. I think everybody's getting in there and doing it, so good job there. Make sure keep following along in the class. But for this week, it's the first week of actual content stuff, and we're going to start in part 2 of chapter 6 in the introduction video. That's right up here. I talk some about the book, the way there's two different parts and things like that. Just so you know, if these videos ever go away and you want to go back and see them, I do also put them in the course announcements. So when you click on forums up here on the activities, there's an announcements form, and you can click on that and see them. I go ahead and do that one, so it'll email you your student email address, and then two, so there's also a copy of that video in there, so you can whatever works best for you. Sometimes I'll replace these videos. I'm going to try to put the videos down here in the block, just so you know whenever it goes with that chapter. But I wanted to talk to you just briefly about the book situation. The books are in at the bookstore. The book is Segwins from Paradigm Publishing, Computer Concepts and Applications with Microsoft Office 2016. There's also two workbooks, one for the concept side, the part one of the book, one for the Office side, part two of the book, and you have to have those workbooks. There is an ebook version available. I've had some people request ISBNs and things like that. The way the book is bundled is a little bit weird. The publisher has a bundle with the workbooks and the print and the ebook all together. They have an ebook with Snap, which is a program we don't even use. There's a couple. Honestly, there's just no great answer to tell you which one, and I'm sorry, we're working on that. Because if I tell you the individual ISBNs of the book, you don't get a bundle with the workbooks and things like that. But the bookstore does have the correct printed bundle, and then the publisher's website. If you're interested in an ebook, I can help you out with that. It is bundled with a software package that we don't use. I don't know if they charge extra for that or not, but unfortunately, they don't offer it any other way, and I have not been able to find just the ebook by itself. The book right now, August 21st, they only have a new in the bookstore is $183, I think, for the bundle. And I think the publisher's website, you can get the ebook for about $50 cheaper than that. So if you're interested in that, you can do it. If you need help getting a hold of the book, you don't want to use the bookstore, you can't get to the bookstore, whatever, reach out to me and I'll let you know. Um, I want to just remind you all, part two, chapter 6 is the first one due. I'm going to show you a few quick little things from the chapter that I think are stuff that maybe people don't know as much generally when they start this class. You can read through the chapter. There's also one other thing that I want to show you based on what you learned in the chapter that's not included there that I honestly think is one of the best things whenever you start working in larger documents. So I wanted to show you just a quick little demo of that, something that I think is really beneficial for you to know as a student. But just for a reminder, the part two, chapter 6 assignments and this discussion, the initial post is due the 26th, so about 5 days. Your replies are going to be due the 28th at 5, along with these two assignments. You say, where are these assignments? How do I know how to do them? I get it. First week of content of the class, there's going to be some questions on that. The first video talks about it, but I want to show you one more time. Under the part 2, chapter 6 resources, if you don't have your book, there is a link here for book and workbooks as well as the chapter PowerPoint. That's not a replacement for reading the chapter, but it is a brief overview. I use them in my class to lecture and kind of give just an overview of the chapter. There's also some additional resource videos you can watch if you want to. These aren't required, but feel free if you want to see a live demo of it, or if you need help, you don't understand a part of the chapter, reach out to me. On this chapter 6 book and workbook though, there's a chapter 6 PDF copy as well as a workbook copy for the chapter 6 work. So when you click on that, you will see exact copy of the book. This is in there because we didn't have books available the first day of class, so you can read through the chapter. You don't have to step through all of it if you don't want to, but you can. And it'll step you through how to work in Word. If you're not sure on something, reach out, let me know. There's a forum for questions about the assignments. You read through it, and you'll get to the chapter 6 workbook. For this week, we're doing assessment 6.2 and 6.5, so that's what you'll actually upload in Moodle. 6.2, whenever you Open up a new window real fast, sorry, new tab. When you get down here to 6.2 and you click on that, you'll see a little note that says you must complete assessment 6.1 before completing that. And when you look at 6.2, it says, if necessary, open the social media / your name. So that is the name of the file from 6.1. So in this assignment, you're actually going to complete 6.1, which you start with a blank document, type all this information in, save the document, make some changes. Then you'll leave this open after you do all these steps and do steps from 6.2. When you're done with 6.2 steps, then you'll turn in one document, and that will meet the requirements for assessment 6.2. So then that assignment's done after you do those two on one document. 6.5 is a little bit different. You're actually going to do a template. So when we get down here to 6.5, it's going to tell you to create a flyer that looks like this one. So instead of starting with a new blank document, you'll look for this template and then fill in the information to make it match the same. You'll save that, upload it for 6.5, and just make sure you do your discussion form. So that's the first work that's due other than the introduction form. So that's going to be Tuesday, August 28th at 5 o'clock. Then we'll start with chapter 7. This is the only copy, the only chapter that's going to have the copy of the book. So you're going to have the book. Like I said before, reach out if you need help with that. For the most part, chapter 6 is talking about how to insert text, how to edit text, just the starting out in Word, how to format text, change the typeface, change the font size, paragraph alignments, and things like that. The book is really, really good about showing pictures on how to do it, so I'm not going to kill all the time that I have you actually watching the video, because I know sometimes they get people watch a little bit and then they're done. I get that, so I want to get into a demo of a few things that I think are really helpful. So when you first start out Word, obviously the blank document. Some of the things that it talks about in chapter 6. The main thing I want to talk to you about is formatting using styles. Styles are really powerful, and then another thing is changing the style set, which is a little weird. People don't do that nearly as much. So I'm going to show you just a little bit about what styles are. I'm not going to type a whole lot, so obviously this isn't a very thorough document. But in the chapter, it has you do social bookmarking, and then it has some other text, social bookmarking websites. So to apply a style, let's say we want this to be a heading 1, we'll select the text and select heading 1. So these predefined styles in the styles group of the home tab, just apply that formatting. It also does some other really cool things. We'll leave this as normal text. Let's say we have part 1 of social bookmarking. Some more text. Again, told you I wasn't going to type a lot. Part 2 of social bookmarking. Okay, now let's say we want these to be some subheadings, so we'll use heading 2, for instance, on these. So I've got this heading 1, and these are both heading 2s. Okay, so your heading styles may look a little bit different. My copy of Office, I've done some modifications to, honestly, but really the headings have that predefined formatting, however it's set up with Word, that's fine. The book does talk about style sets, though, and that's a little bit weird sometimes. One of the assignments, you won't do it in this assignment, has you change the style set, but I wanted you to see it. So we apply styles here on the Home tab, but we can change the style sets on the Design tab, and when you mouse over these, you can basically just change that predefined formatting to make it look the way you want to. Okay, so that's headings and styles and style sets. Why I really wanted to go over this is here's a little more information, is there's an excellent way to do table of contents in Word. That one I wasn't taught in high school. I wasn't really aware of very much at all until I took this job and I started working with multi-100-page documents. I'm going to show you one before I kill this video just so you can kind of see the end result. But table of contents are really, really easy in Word. I'm going to put a page break here real fast so that I've got a 2-page document. I'm going to go back over here. And I'm going to, got this heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. I'm going to go ahead and move the part 2 down to a 3rd page Let me zoom in a little bit so it's not such a weird view. So we got one blank page where I'm going to put my table of contents, a page 2 and a page 3. Again, poor example as far as content, but I want to show you how easy it is. So on the references tab, we can go to table of contents and just click on whichever style you like. And now we've got this table of contents, and it's going to show page 2 is where the social bookmarking heading is. Page 2 is also where that part 1 heading is. And then part 2 is down on page 3, just like we just said it. So when you get a few hundred pages and you're adding in and you're using headings and things like that to organize your document so it works in a table of contents, all you have to do is just go back up here to update table and update either the entire table if you've added headings or just the page numbers if you've just added content in your document. Push OK and bam, your table of contents will update automatically. So this example is kind of weird, but this document is actually a document that I work on all the time. Every year I release it, and I'm kind of in charge of a lot of the formatting of it. And you can see this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a Word table of contents. Every year it changes. All these are headings in there, and it's roughly 178 pages plus this last section. So instead of keeping up and manually typing all these page numbers in there, we push a button and it updates really easily. So that's one thing that I feel like is left out of the chapter that's really beneficial for a student, because you can start doing research papers. Even 20, 30-page research papers aren't that far out there. That's what my bachelor's paper was. You'll probably do some at least probably 10 pages while you're here. So you'll see the benefit of having headings and the organization of headings in a table of contents just like that. So I hope that's helpful. A little bit of extra information other than the chapter. If you have any questions as you're working in the chapter, feel free to use that questions about course assignments. I'll be in there answering questions. Other students will be in there as well. Feel free to reply to those students if you have questions. If you like videos and you want to see a certain thing, just reach out. I can record one pretty much anytime and just send it back to you whenever I'm available. Also, if you're on campus and you have a question, you have a laptop with you and you want to see something, just feel free to stop by my office. I'm always available. If you want to call or text ahead, you can make sure I'm not going to be in my face-to-face class or in a meeting, because I do have one face-to-face class as an adjunct instructor this semester too. So there are times I'm not in my office, but if you reach out ahead of time, I can let you know when's a good or bad time anyway. I hope that helps as you get started in this week. Make sure and get those things turned in. Don't forget about the discussion forum. Once you're done with that, you can start on chapter 7, but again, those aren't due until the 4th because we have Labor Day in there. Sorry, that is 1 week. We have one other week chapter where we have an extra week in there because of fall break. That's what I was thinking of. So August 28th, next Tuesday, week from today, is when these two will be done, as well as your final initial post of 26th and 2 replies to that. If you have any questions, let me know. If you didn't get your replies done for your introductory form to your classmates, get in there and do that. I'm going to be grading those probably tomorrow or the next day, so you'll have your first grade in the class. So let me know if you have questions. Thanks.